Joining us now, a couple of former NFL running backs and former teammates of my good friend, the Sasquatch. To his left, Chris Johnson, CJ2K, LenDale White, beyond him. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
The Smash and Dash podcast.
Yes.
Where can we hear it?
It's on Steady Picks on YouTube. So if you Steady Picks, it'll be / Smash and Dash, and you can catch it on YouTube.
Smash and Dash, right? They took so I was a newcomer to that team in the Tennessee Titans. So they brought me in.
Post-spleen.
They brought me in, right,
Chris
as like,
Sims.
we need a third-string quarterback. Some crap had gone down with VY, right? So they were like, we made it a little, we need him. Maybe he could help VY a little bit, and he could be the third stringer. So that's why they brought me there, basically. And I got to go in here, and like one of the first days in the locker room was Smash and Dash. And I was like, who the hell are these two people giving themselves nicknames and crap?
No, bro, we did not give ourselves the names, brother. The fans gave us our names, man. That's when we was going against Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams.
Right.
And our fans gave us the name Smash and Dash, and then they tried to steal it.
They tried to steal it. Tell them what you said.
Yeah, they tried to swagger jack us.
Swagger jack us.
Yeah,
He goes, they were already Smash and Dash, and they were making a name, and LenDale was the man at USC, and CJ2K is the fastest guy in football. And they tried to say Smash and Dash, and then LenDale had an all-time comeback. He goes, Smash and Dash, we already got that. How about fraud and fraudulent? That's what we should call that. That's what you said, and it made me laugh in the locker room hearing them say that right out loud.
We were talking about you earlier, Chris. I remember your preseason against the Rams 2008, and you had a run where you were just shot out of a cannon. There were a couple guys thought they had angles, and they thought wrong. Was that kind of the moment you knew, yep, I'll be able to handle this level of football? Yeah,
that was kind of the moment. Like my first touch ever, like going into the game, Mike Heimerdinger, he like, you probably, Dale's gonna go in first, and then you'll probably finish the first quarter or whatever like that. My first touch, I scored, I think it was like 70 yards or whatever. I come to the sideline, he like, you're done for the game. I'm like, what? I thought I was getting the whole first quarter, but like when I made that run or whatever, that was like my really like welcome to the NFL moment, and I'm like, I'm here now.
Right, and then that was that the moment where they were like, well, actually, LenDale, you'll be the backup next week, and CJ will be the starter?
For me, it was already like, I seen that as like, damn, I just left Reggie in college.
Right.
I mean, now I got CJ.
Now you got to deal with him.
Yeah, I mean, but it's crazy because the dynamic, it was just different. Obviously we know he's made for speed. He can run through somebody. We've seen that on that first run.
Yeah.
I was more of a power back, but we worked so tremendously because it was never no, this, it was never no fighting or nothing against us. It was like, when he did good, I want to go out there and do just as good as him. So
you hit it off right away, both of you? Like right off from the first day, you were like, damn, this is awesome, what up, and we're friends? I mean.
It's crazy because before I ever met CJ, we had a running back coach, Ernest Biner?
Ernest Biner, he'd be here with us, EB.
He was an ECU guy.
Right.
Yeah. So like when I went in one day and he's like, we're going to add some depth to the running back room. He was like, we got a guy coming in. He's going to basically help us get to the playoffs. And I'm like, that's going to be dope. But, you fast forward, then he comes in and we have like the training camp or the rookie training camp and I go in.
Right.
The first thing he's like, man, you LenDale White from USC. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's like, how could you ever, it was never no beef or no hate from there. It was like, what you doing after this? He's like, I might be, going somewhere. I'm like, nah, man, I'm going to come get you. We go hang out and stuff like that.
Hey, I don't want to, we got to, like, this is the fastest running back I ever played with, no doubt about it, right? This dude here, though, his skills don't get recognized.
Right.
Big as he is, did he have some quick, sweet feet?
Yeah, quick feet.
I mean, his speed and the way he could hop around, and then as big as his big butt is, he could take off down the field. He ran a 80-yard touchdown against the Chiefs, jumped into the stands and started hitting the big Chiefs drum.
Oh, that was him. I went 80 and
they threw the beer on him.
They
threw the beer on him. I went 70 after that, and I played the drums or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it was. That was what it was. That was a fun football team.
The Chiefs was sorry as hell.
Right.
We could not wait to go play the Chiefs, by the way. You're like, the Chiefs are up. You're like, oh, yeah, that's 100.
But
didn't you grab the camera one time?
No, I didn't. That was Ocho. I was the one that did the drum. That was Ocho. But it was crazy that y'all talk about that first year because it was like, oh, you're a starter, you're a backup. Like when they did announce the starters, we both were, so it wasn't a fullback. So they both announced both of us.
Yeah.
And it was like back and forth. Like,
Right.
He had 800, I had 1100, so it was crazy.
Do you think about 2008? I've told you before, the Tennessee is the best team I was ever on. I know I was just holding the clipboard, but that was the best team I was ever on.
Right.
I'm still like, that still hurts me, that Ravens playoff loss, because like you knew we were better than them, right?
When they hurt his ankle, when
he
hurt his
ankle,
we
that's
from
right.
there went downhill, man.
Right.
And I hear what you're saying because, like, you know, I seen B. Marsh around here, right?
Yeah.
And we joke with him all the time because he played forever, how long, and he's never seen the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
So when you get to the playoffs, I think, like, for the average casual fan, they don't realize, like, what Patrick Mahomes is doing or what Tom Brady did to be able to – I don't think they understand what that
how
does,
hard
you know
it
what I
is,
mean?
right?
We went to the playoffs maybe twice. 5-6 years, and we
that was amazing.
Man,
good job. Right.
I think these fans need to give more credit to Chiefs and this greatness. That's what's going on.
Were any of you guys? Were you? I'm trying to figure out who desecrated the terrible towel. You were in. That curse lasted. That curse was real.
But I don't even think it was real because I mean, we lost to them the next year, but we beat the crap out of them.
That day we whooped them.
And I don't know if we could say the curse because his ankle. Like, we were on a roll that year, and, you know, they threw the flag out there. We was beating the crap out of him. So it's like, get that out of here, man.
I like it.
It's crazy because Snoop is a Pittsburgh diehard, right? And he called me, he's like, what was you doing, cuz?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, they in our neighborhood. Like, you know, you come to our home field, man, F them. Like, you know what I mean? He's like,
exactly
I like that shit, nephew.
Old school. Old school. All right, so you two, you got the pod. You're talking ball. What do you kind of feel with this game right here? Like, where are you leaning?
Man, like, I always was the guy, like, I never bet against Patty.
Right.
But the way Saquon is running the ball, and they're giving out like 150 to 160 yards a game.
Right.
No Fangio,
and he's 0-8.
No, Fangio's 0-8 versus Patrick
Mahomes.
Right.
Yeah, he is. But I got to go on
You're going Eagles. You're going run game, physicality.
I got to, yes.
You're going that way.
Got to.
Look at him.
Oh, that's a nice hat.
I'm going Kansas City. I'm not playing against Patrick Mahomes. I know in my life, it's Tom and him are unique in a sense. Obviously, Tom's the greatest to ever play, but I know every time I've ever tried to bet against Patrick Mahomes, I look like a fool. So I'm not going to do it today.
I hear
on
you.
The highest stage. No, sir.
Right. It's hard to pick against them in any
say that
close
over and over,
game.
LenDale. It gets harder and harder, though, because this feels like a better Eagles team than 2 years ago.
Yes,
and the Chiefs feel like they're a little bit less than they were 2 years ago. But you still can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. In the big moment, they're going to make a play.
He finds a way.
Yeah, and we've been talking about, too, how he believes he will find a way, and the opponents start thinking, oh, no, here it comes.
Right, here it comes.
It's like, again, the Tom Brady. I've asked people that played with Tom Brady, like, why do you think he was so good? Or, like, why? It's like, no, when you get Tom Brady, it's like as a player, you watch him and you see it from afar. But then when he's in your locker room, you're like, oh, that's the guy that's been whooping us. Oh, well, now we're going to win. So the automatic thought is like, we got Tom Brady, we're going to win. And they're going to do anything and everything they can do to get the victory.
It's very real, right?
Yes.
No doubt about it. No doubt. Are you guys enjoying the running back resurgence? Is it great that we're getting
a resurgence?
I don't feel
well,
like a resurgence.
the public, we had a treat. We got to get the rest of the public back on.
Yes, they're bad now, especially when you got a guy going for 2K. You got a guy going for 1,900,
right?
And like Bijan Robinson went 1,500.
Right.
So
the best teams are running the ball. The Lions, right?
So many people running the ball. Yeah, it's crazy. Like so, and then you think about it. All the teams, like you said, in the last 10 years,
right?
They're deep in the playoffs. Or running the Super Bowl. Had a running game.
Yes, I know. It's crazy.
You can't win it without a running game.
I'm shocked it got to the way it got to.
Only person that can is Patrick Mahomes.
But he still have guys there that got a sustainable name.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right.
They run attempts.
But it's been down this year, too. That's what's weird. You look at the Chiefs, everything's down. The numbers are down. Mahomes is down, but they keep winning. And they keep winning. And they keep winning. They've lost one game that they were trying to win since Christmas Day of 2023. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know. It is amazing. All right, I got to change the gear a little bit because I think this is part of why what do you remember crazy me, when I got there in Tennessee? You guys got any?
Me? I do.
Yeah, like anything there that jumps out to you, and you can don't hold back on anything. You know that. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
make stuff up if you need to.
I don't make it up.
For me, it was so we have been playing these games or whatever, and I haven't had that big run yet or whatever. So before the game, he like, damn, CJ, like, I'm tired of all these 20, 30-yard runs. Like, goddamn, when you gonna bust
You know
a
what I
long
mean?
one?
Yeah.
He's like, when you gonna bust a long? I say, man, I got you. And I think I busted a long in that game.
You did. I think you went like 80. And I was like, damn. You're like, okay, that's what we needed right there. But like CJ was one of those guys where he was so great, he was so talented, and you felt like if you nudged him a little bit, he'd be like, I'll show you. I'm going to show you right here. And he did that. Yeah.
Well, we was chimneys.
Chimneys.
We was Santa Claus and them. Chris smoked. He's like Snoop Dogg on the leg. Yeah. Chris smoked just as much as Snoop Dogg. Got there every game. It was me, Chris. I ain't gonna name the rest.
You don't have to name it. You can just keep it us. Right?
We was chimneys, man.
Yeah.
But we got the job done. Like, we found a way. But, man,
that's right.
I just remember you, like, I never thought, like, you know people from afar from so long, and then when you finally get them in the locker room and then he walking around like, what y'all doing after this? Like, this practice shit was cool. We that. You're like, oh my God, he's smoking. Come on, I got you. Let's go, Chris.
That still gets me. I don't know what it is, if it's just my whiteness or my clean cut look, but I still tell people, I'm like, I smoke just as much as Snoop Dogg. I can hang with him. And they're like, what? You're like that?
I mean it. Yes,
right?
sir.
But he definitely transforms, though, into a different person.
He calls me Happy Chris. Happy Chris.
I can see it in his eyes, and I can see it in his mouth when he shows up.
Right.
It's hold on. Oh, we're only 3 hours away to getting there. Getting close.
T minus 3 hours.
T minus 3 hours from liftoff.
I want to hit the session with you. What's up?
You want to? Okay, we can link up. We can link up.
Yes,
Definitely. All right.
So, CJ, what's the one thing you think back on your NFL career, and there's so much you accomplished? What's the first thing that stands out for you?
My 2,500 yards.
One and only.
Because my 2,500 yards, because no one has ever done it and still haven't done it. They haven't broke it or anything like that. You talk about this year with Saquon. They talk about Eric Dickerson. They don't talk about the 2,500 yards.
You're
totally
really right.
Scrimmage.
It goes under the radar. You're totally right about that, though. It should be given a little more credit.
Yeah.
It's the only player in the history of football to go for 2,500.
I know. It's actually crazy when you say it out loud.
And they have more games now.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I thought he was the most proud of being the fastest guy in combine history.
That's cool,
but now you're number 3.
Yeah, but you got to think, a lot of those guys, they haven't had the career that I had.
No, they didn't.
So for me, it wasn't always about the speed with me.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to have the speed, but you got to have the tape behind it.
Yeah.
Last couple minutes, what do you think about Pete Carroll getting back in?
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy. I was talking to Lindsey Rose earlier, and it's, to me, I'm mind boggled in a sense, but I knew he would weasel his way back in there somehow, some way. Sneaky ass Pete is what we call him. So it doesn't make me, like, I knew it was going to happen somehow, some way, man. Man, the Silver Fox finds a way.
That's amazing. All right, and USC football, you feeling better? Like you're going in the right direction? You're not Texas, but you guys are getting there.
I mean, but Texas is not even Texas. What's crazy about Texas is Texas has won 2 national championships in 100 years, and they think they're, like, really good at football. Like, it's amazing.
It is a little bit overrated
I
that
myself have more national championships than Texas in 100
But
years.
we beat you.
You did, but his knee was down randomly. The replay didn't work. We'll give him that. No, Vince is my guy.
His knee was down, though. You're right.
Vince is my guy forever, man. And if you think back to that game, I remember watching on the sideline and seeing it. I don't think there could have been nobody in that moment that was ready more than Vince. Man.
I agree with that.
He deserved it.
Greatest performance ever, maybe, in college.
He got slighted from he thinks he got slighted from the Heisman.
Yeah.
You know, when you know Vince the way we know him,
right.
It only makes sense that he had the game that he did.
Definitely.
It is
USC,
just so weird.
We are coming back.
Okay, I hope
USC
so. I like when
back.
you guys are good. I do.
It is weird to see USC in the Big Ten, but I love seeing those Big Ten teams at the Coliseum late afternoon with the sun the way it comes in. Those are fun games to watch. Penn State
that
this
shine
year
on the
great
USC helmet. Right, I hear that. I hear that. But one day we'll talk about ECU, like when you guys are relevant. Don't worry about it.
ECU's play West Virginia all the time.
Oh, who the hell cares? Nobody's watching.
We stink now, but we used to be pretty good.
Oh no, Pac-Man.
We'll be back.
Pac-Man's right here.
He'll be here tomorrow. Pac-Man's coming tomorrow.
Uh-oh, damn.
We got to take a break. We got plenty more PFT Live coming. Thank you, LenDale White. Thank you, Chris Johnson.
Smash and Dash. Check out their
Smash and Dash podcast.
Check it out.
We'll be back with more PFT Live from New Orleans right after this. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.